You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, and with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
Gaby, go.
And welcome to another episode of the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is a very special episode because Bubba is here. I am Gaby, primary host. Bubba is here, who has not been here since I believe my screenshot of the last time was August of 2024. You've been, you
Really?
haven't, let's see.
I thought we did like something at a BGG.
Episode 315 is the last one I have.
Oh,
August 2024.
has it really? Man,
Yeah.
that's a year and a half. No, I'm sorry about that.
And on that episode, it was also just me and you.
Was it really?
Yeah, you haven't been with us
Oh.
because you go to BGG
Yep.
and you blow in and you blow out before we can do any kind of content creation with you.
That's a good point.
And content creation is key.
It is key. You are very much
We
right
got to
about that.
produce this
We gotta
content.
produce this content.
Jerry is trying to get on Patreon and like write things on a regular basis
He
now.
said that. He's talking about a newsletter.
He quit this job in Tulsa that he was going to, and I guess he's a newly inspired man. He's like asking me for stats and all types of weird stuff that Jerry normally doesn't care about. And usually he blows in, tells me to set everything up to record, and then I record, and then he drops the mic and headphones and walks out to play pickleball, and I'm left picking up everything. But that's just me playing
He's
the
trying to expand his
martyr.
horizon. Expand his horizon. Maybe I think the new job is not as strenuous as the old job. I'm hoping that's the case. He'll move to something. You know, you don't want to get Jerry to get too focused on something
No.
because then he gets very involved. And then
Yeah, I don't need him. I don't need him too involved in what I got going on here. He'll find out all the stuff I'm doing terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like
That's just
he
it.
was asking something about the stats the other day, and I was like, I don't know. I just go by whatever Podbean has, and he's like logging into stuff and going to all these URLs and feeds and all types of weird stuff I don't know anything about. I've signed up. I said when we first started this. And I've been meaning to do, of course, this is an idea. I was like, I want to do like a state of the podcast address. Because when we first started this, we had this idea in mind, and we would put our podcast everywhere. And I signed up on all these, output podcasting aggregators. And then I put some effort into it. And I felt like we kind of reached a certain level. And then just, through life and not being able to game as much and not being able to podcast as much, I kind of just like petered out on a bunch of it.
So would it be like you want to do more and get yourself more out there?
I feel like I'm over that portion.
Okay. So what do you want from doing more?
What I want to do more of is just podcast and play board games.
Okay.
And not worry about, at one time I was worried about being like getting our name up on the echelons of podcast board gaming, what people consider. Because there's like, you got the Dice Tower, you got the Secret Cabal, you got Board Game Barrage, you got Board Game Hot Takes. I think there's a So Very Wrong About Games. I think those are probably like the 4 or 5 biggest listener count podcasts out there.
Yep.
And then drop way down, and then you probably get us.
So you're like the indie of podcasts.
We're definitely indie. And especially because of the type of content we now produce, and even from the beginning, we always were going to be rather niche.
Yes. You're like, what is it, A24, the indie movie
Yeah,
house?
we're definitely A24.
You're A24. They make some good movies.
Maybe like let's see, it may be even less, more indie than A24.
More indie than that too.
We're like A12.
Okay.
B12. Something along those lines. Because when we first started out, I was like, okay, I want to, and Jerry was like, okay, we're going to play board games and review them and go, and we had like more in-depth reviews. And
that's true.
I said this to him today, actually, as of this recording, which I will not date this recording because that way we can publish this at any time. We used to play a game. We'd come here to my home, play a game or play however many games, and then podcast immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The game was fresh in mind.
Yeah.
We would go into more detail about the game, the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry would kind of do a how the game works type of thing. And then we would go into more detail about what I liked about it, what he liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and just the mechanisms of it. Now it's so few and far between. And the far between is like, oh, we got together and played this game, but then we didn't get to record about it until a month later.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I kind of like that game.
Yeah. I get it.
I miss the days of when we basically had more time to spend together.
I got you.
Because he would come over and I didn't have this job that was really like nailing me to the time clock. And we just had more time on the weekends and afternoons to spend together. Usually a Friday afternoon we record.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have this set time of like, we're going to record specifically on Sundays. We generally record before we played pickleball and we meet at Enrique's sister's house. So we have this like precious 1 hour together.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got time to record.
Yeah.
So we need to find time to play somewhere along the way. We try to squeeze that in on random weekends that I either go to his house or he can come here at a random time. Yeah. So we're making the play time work, but it's very sporadic. The recording time is regular.
It's consistent, yeah. It's every Sunday, yeah. Pretty much.
But now we just need a consistent play time to play games together.
It's gonna be hard with Jerry.
It is hard.
But he's in a state of transition.
He is, and I hope it's a positive transition.
Yeah, I think it is. I think
because he went through some negative transitions.
He did go some negative transition, but I think he'll be good. And then Gaby, and then Enrique is getting more grown up, so I don't know where his life is going, but yeah. And the kids are getting better. The kids are getting growner, so Jerry may be able to normalize his schedule. So
I hope so. Yeah, because his kids are a big problem. Because it's always like, oh, I got to take my kids here. I got to take my kids there. And I'm like,
he wants to be an active father.
I mean, he just wants to be involved in their lives for some reason. I'm like, no, just come over to my house.
Yeah, he wants to be the opposite.
You don't have to worry about what your kids are doing today. Just leave them, abandon them, go out for some milk. Come to my house.
He probably has it. No, I don't know what he said. He loves his kids.
He does indeed. And, his kids have grown on me.
Yeah. Have they?
They have.
They're kind of precious. I like them.
Jack desperately wants to do a podcast about football with me.
He definitely needs to. He can talk for 2 hours about it.
Oh, he does.
He's very good.
And Kaya cracks me up. Kaya is a writer. She's very artistic. And she showed me a paper the other day that she was writing the story. And I won't divulge the information because she wanted me to keep it secret because it's something for her parents. However, I read the story that she wrote, and I was highly impressed. How's Kaya? 13?
I think she's 13.
Around there.
Yeah.
13, 14. I don't think she's 14 yet.
I don't think she's 14 yet, no.
I think Jack's 12. She's like 13. But she had written this story. And I told her what I appreciated about the story that she wrote. And it was a story about like I won't say. I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
But what I appreciated was she did when necessary, but she didn't over-designate. Authors do this frequently, especially John Scalzi, and I've called him out on this in Facebook groups.
I like how you just called him out now. That's good.
When a character speaks, he'll say, da-da-da-da-da, he said. Da-da-da-da-da, she said.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da, he said. Like, I know who's talking.
Yeah.
I can tell by the way you've written the story because you're a good writer. You don't need to tell me that's who said it. It drives me insane. I put that out on a Facebook group of a book group I'm in, and someone actually said he heard about that. He realized that, and he's going to adjust it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You realize, okay. great for you. That's grammatically correct to say he said, she said. Technically,
every time they speak,
it is.
Even if I know who is speaking.
Well, the English language doesn't make any sense. You are correct. It doesn't make any sense. But people, that was like a great debate a long time ago of like grammatically, you should put it and blah, 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 blah. And some people don't transition well. But I think now in our day and time, you're 100%. I know writers who don't do it either, and they shouldn't. Great point. But yeah, I didn't know that's good. You put it in a group, and he actually.
I put it in a Facebook chat.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, no, he said he's going to change that now.
Well, I think Kaya is.
But Kaya, okay, now Kaya may have overly relied upon me knowing who's talking exactly, but I would prefer that and me be able to suss it out than read. I tell you when it especially got annoying was listening to it on Audible.
Oh yeah, I can get that.
When I heard it read out loud to me, he said, he said, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
It's very annoying. Kaya she wrote me a poem, and it was a very nice poem, and she did a very good job. It was much better than someone her age should be able to do. And it was very nice. And I have it, I framed it. It's a very nice poem. She used some good alliteration, and the cadence was good, and the point was made, and yeah, it was just a very nice, thoughtful, and especially surprisingly introspective poem. And I liked it. She did good. So I think she has a literary talent.
I think there's a little artist in there.
I think there's a little artist in it, which makes sense. Makes sense with her abilities, and I like that. So I'm looking forward to her when she does stuff. We're sharing some literature together, so see what happens.
I don't know if she's much of a reader. I assume she is.
I don't know actually. I mean, I think we've talked about some of the books, but her mom. I mean, come on. My mom, I'm sure, has a reading material and list that she's done.
So speaking of books, and this has been one of our topics before, what are you reading right now that the audience would be interested in?
Oh, you know what?
The audience wants to know everything you've been up to.
Oh, well, I'm not anything great. So I finished up the new John Grisham novel. I read that. I bought it, read it. Then I read, there's this new book that I'm reading. It's not a new book, but the title is Something Owls. It's made by this great Southern author, which I don't remember his name right now, but he's like the new Southern.
Isles Davis.
It's not. No, it's not. No. Isles Davis. I got you. I was really thinking that for a minute. No, that's the title. I wish I knew. I just started. Literally, I'm on the third page. I read it to do it. Let's see. Other than that, I'm reading a lot of disinteresting things. It's boring stuff to relate. So a lot of psychology.
How to solve quantum physics.
No. I leave the math. I do too much of it. But I started reading a lot of psychology textbooks for some reason. And so I can't help it for some reason. I just get involved and I have to do it. And it's a bad habit.
I started a book on anxiety and it was too much for me. I had to put it down. So then I just went to Dungeon Crawler Carl. You heard of that one?
No.
They're making it a TV show. I'm sure it's going to be a movie at some point.
What is it again?
It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. It is literally all the rage right now. And it's about this guy and his cat who he goes outside at wintertime to retrieve his cat from a tree. And at the time he goes outside, basically aliens attack and anything with a roof collapses and kills everyone underneath it. And
by some power?
By some power. And then if
you're outside, you survive?
If you're outside, you survived, as long as you don't have a roof above you.
Okay, continue on.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically the floors of the earth open up and you go down into it, you crawl into the dungeon, and he's dungeon crawling. And it's basically a RPG video game in which you level up your character in a novel. And he's fighting these, what do they call that in these games, these MMORPGs?
Yeah.
They grind.
Okay.
Like they'll just go out and they have to like kill so many things, bugs and animals and aliens to level up certain aspects of their character so that they can survive. And it's basically a Hunger Games versus the world against aliens.
Yeah, okay.
And it's completely wild.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Literally, this book is talked about and overhyped way too much.
Well, I have a thought of what you described.
It is a good book. It is a good book. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's not the greatest book of all time. The greatest book of all time, in my opinion, I will not say because I think Jerry wants to do this on another podcast, even though I discussed it on an old dead podcast called Disagreeable Nerd with Sharday and Teach. I have my greatest book of all time. This is not it. This is a fun book. It's an incredible book. It's basic, and it's him like knowing what he has to do to survive, and what you need to do to survive is to eventually kill other players, which are other humans. But also in between then, they set up all these aliens from other worlds and other games that you have to get past, like as bosses. It's an interesting, fascinating read. It really is. It is not the greatest book of all time. And it's a series. Here's another thing, a problem of mine.
I have a thought on this. Go ahead.
Why does everything have to be a series now?
Okay.
Standalone would be great. Trilogy at the max. Series, wear me out. I can't do them anymore.
I think everybody's getting is getting tired of series, but they make books now and they serialize it. And it's like almost an incomplete. I'm reading a book so I can read another book so I can read another book.
Yes.
And it's like, no, I just want a complete book.
Thank you.
That's what I need. That's why I bought it for it. I don't, and it used to be that you got a book that was, I get it. People are intimidated by a 600, 400 page, 500 page book. I get it. But you used to just get the whole book at one time. So they broke it up. I will say the book that you just described, to me, that's an expansive comic book. I don't mean that in a bad way, without pictures. I don't mean that in a bad way, but to me, that's what it sounds like.
There's another writer, Matthew O'Reilly, but he writes in such a fashion, he wrote this to be a movie.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, it's so visual in his description. Yeah. When I read it, I'm like, he's writing this to be a movie.
Yeah.
He will even end it like in slow motion. Yeah. He'll end a chapter in slow motion. It's absolutely insane, and I'm here for it. Yeah. I love them.
Yeah.
They're not the greatest books ever made.
Not the greatest book ever made.
They're highly entertaining, but Dungeon Crawler Carl, sorry everyone who thinks these are the greatest novels of all time. They are not.
I'm going to have to read them. I'll give it a shot. But
they're extremely fun.
Yeah.
But they're not the greatest books ever made.
Book in the world.
I bought a YA book from this writer that wrote the Red Queen novels, which is my favorite YA book series of all time.
I have a question. Not to interrupt you. Well, I guess to interrupt you. YA novels are called YA novels because?
I guess they're aimed primarily at young adults.
Yes.
And because they're very, I would say, predictable in their setup. It's a love triangle.
Yeah. Okay.
People might have powers, abilities. There's someone from a high breed of people, someone from a low breed of people.
Gotcha.
And then let the trilogy, let the series and the love triangle ensue. Also, written very clearly.
Yes.
With clear language.
Very plainly.
Which I'm a fan of.
I get it.
Because I tried to read the Hyperion novel that is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
This is long ago, so don't hold me to this.
It's good.
I tried to start it, and I didn't get very deep into it, and I moved on to another YA novel.
Well, I don't knock people for YA novels. My niece is a prolific reader. I am very proud of her. She reads all the time. She reads some stuff the other day that I was like, wow, oh my God. But the YA stuff, to me, it's like a Hallmark version of, it's the Hallmark version of books. Like there's a genre that's, I'm going to get what, you watch one Hallmark movie, you watch 10 of them. Now, that being said, I like Hallmark movies, believe it or not. I love those things. I cannot help it. My wife hates it. I love them. I'll watch them all the day. I like Hallmark movies and rom-coms.
Jerry got on to me the other day for rom-coms. I love a rom-com.
I love a rom-com.
Give me mid-90s Matthew McConaughey
I'll take it all day long.
any day of the week.
The man is good at what he does. What's the other guy, the Notting Hill guy, the British guy?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. I'll give him every, that was like a fiction.
I'm with you.
I'm good on that.
And that's a dying breed of movies.
It is a dying breed of movies, and they don't do it right anymore. But yeah, I love it. I'll watch them. I think it's great. But yeah, the storyline is similar. Let's just put it that way.
And I get that, and I feel that, and I've tried to expand my repertoire of, because it's easy reading. It's just like, it's easy reading. It's Dick and Jane, basically, to a slightly more degree. But Dungeon Crawler Carl is supposed to be more adult.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think sometimes all that means is, now so all that means, if I'm being real, it's like, we're going to toss in some language.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't care about that. I don't really want the language in there. I don't mind high concept stuff, and that's why Michael Crichton was my favorite, favorite writer.
Is it? Okay.
Can you say is if he's dead?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, his work still lives on.
Still lives on. I haven't read anybody that surpasses him yet. Orson Scott Card is close. But here's the thing with Orson Scott Card. Ender's Game was influential to my youth.
Yep.
And apparently that was a YA novel before YA novels existed, because that's how they now classify it. But I love the concepts he provides in those.
I'd agree. He's like the modern day George Orwell on certain things. And I know that's a high bar, but he did some things that I kind of really, really like. Go ahead.
So Orson Scott Card, Michael Crichton. The thing is, I read all of them a long time ago.
I got you.
I have not since surpassed that. Also, Clive Cussler. Clive Cussler is up there. He's that action guy.
Yeah.
All his books are literally the exact same.
Yeah, but you don't like a Tom Clancy?
No, he was too technical.
Okay, I got you.
Too military technical for me that I wasn't into.
I got you.
Michael Crichton kind of got a little too technical sci-fi, science-y with me sometimes, but I just kind of like, past that part.
Yeah. He was correct a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, anyway, his novels his novels stand the test of time to me. That's the problem, is my three favorite writers, and I just named them, Michael Crichton, Clive Cussler, Orson Scott Card. I read them when I was a young man.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into, there are good, David Baldacci writes these thrillers that I love. Like John Grisham. All these books, they get into this groove of what they know works.
Yeah, and they stay in it.
Yep. That's why I liked Michael Crichton so much, because he, to me, just would give you whiplash going from this thing to that thing to this thing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I haven't found a novel, an adult novel, not that an adult novel sounds weird. There's no X's involved.
Fictions.
This adult fiction.
Yeah.
And I just haven't come across one that works for me yet.
So, go ahead.
No. I've talked enough.
So, one of my favorite authors, I got a lot of favorite authors, like a lot of people know and love, but my favorite author is one that probably nobody has heard of. It's called McKinley Cantor. He wrote a book called Andersonville, very long book. It's like Lonesome Dove long, but it's about a Civil War encampment in the South and how horrible it was. Read it when I was younger. It was the only book I ever reread. It's the only book I ever reread. And it was like, oh my God, reread thing.
I've never reread a book now that you.
Yeah, most people don't, and nobody does, I think. But I read him, and I was like, I have to, and I immediately reread it again, and it was just so disturbing. But he won the Pulitzer for it back in way long time ago. Didn't know that. I had an old ready copy I got from a library, but I read it and it just changed the way I saw literature in connection with other famous people that everybody else knows. But yes, very nice that because I read him, I read Lonesome Dove, because I had no interest in reading Lonesome Dove, but I read him, I read Lonesome Dove. He's in that era. To this day, I can read a book that's in that same setting in the 1800s, and it just grabs me and just catapults me to a time period. So I don't know why I liked it. I still like reading the books about Civil War, but yeah, who reads him? I don't know. Nobody's heard of him, but yeah, one of my favorite. That's my favorite book.
Andersonville?
Andersonville.
Really?
My favorite book, yeah. My favorite book is Andersonville.
It's from 1955.
Yes. It's an old thing. And nobody's ever heard of it. You don't think about it. I don't think they ever made a movie of it or anything like that. But it's
Is it a true story?
So yes. Yes. Everything that happened in Andersonville happened, some of the names may have been changed then. But it was horrible. It was the short version of it was a Civil War encampment for prisoners in the South. So they were captured the Yankees, and they had a river they had a little stream that ran through it. And you both drank and got your boiling water, and it was also your latrine. on the same stream.
Mm.
And so there was rampant disease and how people
Well,
act.
you gotta stage those things very carefully.
Yes, and they did not do that. And then all the stuff that happened, you think, how would that work? But it was so just horrible, the depravity of what people do to each other. That was just captivating to me at the time. And just, anyway, I know that's a weird way to say the depravity was captivating, but it was like, as I said that, I realized that was not a great sentence.
That's what people are drawn to. Why do you think people watch NASCAR races?
Oh, that's true.
They're just waiting for the wreck.
That's right to it. You know, I'm not switching topics, but I guess I am. I don't understand NASCAR, but I absolutely love F1.
Well, I've seen the movie, so I agree as well.
So it's the only place that I haven't got a ticket to go watch, even when it was in the States. Because even the nosebleeds, like if you get in the nosebleeds of F1.
It's a rich man's game.
Oh, yes. It's like $1,300 a ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to have to wait till that's Groupon or something on Elstang's.
Because there is one in Dallas.
There is one in Dallas now, yes. It's close by.
And they're still $1,300?
And they are $800. It was $800 and something to go to that one.
Good.
So I was trying to go, and Amy was like, my wife was like, why are we going to that? I was like, I've always wanted to go. I have no idea why I want to go.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to go since I was a kid.
The F1 movie with Brad Pitt really made me appreciate a sport I've never seen in my life before.
Have you not watched any other F1?
I've never watched an F1 race in my life.
You never seen Driven or anything like that?
Bubba, we live in Northeast Texas.
I know, but it's so good.
I know Cowboys and I know the Texas Rangers.
Man, come on.
And I'm familiar with NASCAR because I had friends from Tennessee. So, Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, everybody knew Dale.
Mario Andretti, is he F1?
Mario Andretti was F1 way back when, I think.
Okay, so there was a song from the 90s that mentioned his name, and that's probably my own correlation to F1.
F1? Oh, it's so...
I know now that thanks to Brad Pitt, they're basically like
they're
strapped into a rocket.
They're airplanes on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said like $150 million vehicle. It's absolutely incredible.
And they abuse them, and it is the best racing in the world. If you win an F1, you are the top of the world.
You're the best driver in the world.
Best driver.
Whereas
speeds
NASCAR, you're just the best bootlegger in
pretty much, yeah.
the United States.
Pretty much. I mean, I've never understood the appeal of NASCAR. I don't know why
they drive in circles.
I don't know why people get into it.
People do.
They get into it and they love it.
My friends loved it, and I was like, "You're what? They're doing the same thing over and over and over."
You know what? I equated NASCAR and golf at one time to be the same. Because all you do is get there, do this thing repetitively, and you drink. Other than that, why would you do it? Now that I play golf, I feel differently about golf. But I still feel the same about NASCAR. I don't understand why you enjoy it.
It's...
You've seen it once. You've seen them 100 times.
Or 500.
Or 500.
As they go around the lap.
I don't understand it.
I agree. And I'm sure there's a few that might disagree. And yeah. But, I'm willing. Here's my thing. I'm willing to participate's not the word, not partake. I'm willing to go and watch it live.
Yes.
Just to see.
For NASCAR?
For anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm willing to go and see anything live and to hopefully say, oh, I see what you're talking about now.
Even
NASCAR, I'm like, I would go live to watch it. And I would watch a few, I don't know, a dozen laps, I guess, of going in circles and maybe hopefully get the vibe of what people enjoy about it. I don't think I would. But even like F1, they're live events, right?
Yes.
You only see them come by your spot.
That's true. That's true.
Once.
That's true.
And however many times, I don't even know.
Yeah, they still go around it multiple times, yeah.
So it's like you just get super excited for that one time.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time you watch the TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's why I think I like it. I haven't been yet, but here's why I like it. In NASCAR, they go what? How fast does NASCAR go?
I don't know, like 185, 200.
Okay. Right. Now, I'm not saying that's not fantastic. That's amazing. I like it. It's great. But I can go 115. So I was like, you only going a little bit faster than me. I mean, I can do that on open road. You have a fast car, you can get up there. With Formula One, you and I will never be able to experience anything like that. And when you see it, every time to me is a very rare event, even if I saw it 10 times in one event. Because how many times, where else can you see that at? But if I'm going to LA or if I'm going cross country, some idiot's gonna race by me at 150 miles an hour. I'm gonna be like, that's too fast. But it's not, you know what I'm saying? Every time you have a police car chase, see it, NASCAR right there. So it's like,
So yeah, AI says, NASCAR cars hit over 200 on large super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, with average speeds around 180 miles.
Yeah, see, I mean,
a buddy of mine had a Trans Am that would do 160.
There you go.
I get you.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not within the realm of I can't experience that. It's more like, you know what I'm saying? But F1, nah, you can't experience that.
Okay, let's see what AI says. F1 cars reach top speeds around 220 with records pushing over 230. So
look, and the G-force they experience going those, because they go, they go around a curve and
4 to 6 G-forces.
Yes. I mean,
incredible.
Come on, man. I mean, come on.
Typical race speed around 200.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And they get there so fast. So if you see it, it's like, man, I don't get to see that. I don't get to experience that. And TV doesn't capture that greatly. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So it's just one of those things. I know it's a weird obsession of mine. I equate F1. I want to go to an F1 race the same way as I want to go to a ballet I've never been, because those are things you never get to see. There you go.
I've actually, I did think about ballet. That'd probably be more intriguing. An opera is something I want to go see.
We have an opera house close by us, by the way. You didn't know that?
Mm.
Yes. And got one in Dallas.
In Dallas?
Yes, sir. Very nice to go to.
I would like to go see an opera because I've made fun of opera music my whole life.
Yep.
But at my old age, I'm like trying to open my mind to things that I used to make fun of.
Well, I mean, I think it's funny because if you do things that are not normal for your environment and get outside of that comfort zone, it helps you to realize certain things better. This is the old thing of getting outside your culture. But in my family, we play basketball on the weekends. There's nothing wrong with that. We got together, we ate as a family, my extended family. We ate fried chicken and catfish. I've had catfish every way you can have catfish. So, I mean, that's what it is. So if I go to a restaurant, I remember the first time I had a creme brulee at a restaurant. I thought that was the most amazing thing ever. And so now that you start experiencing things outside of what is normal for you, doesn't matter what it is, that's normal for you. You can go fishing. Some people don't know, they don't fish. Go do that. But going to see plays and operas and F1, stuff like that, it's just different experiences.
And I think people tend to associate those things with higher end things, though.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You ever been crawdad hunting? Crawdad hunting. You ever know?
I mean, I used to when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But did you ever eat those crawdads?
No.
Oh, exactly. You can eat those. So go crawdad hunting. That's cheap. It's inexpensive. They in the ground. They there.
Well, me and Sade and Gina went to Bow Bridge, Louisiana several years ago. Pre-pandemic, probably. Pandemic has skewed the timeline.
It does.
I don't care for the work it takes to get a crawdad meat out. I'd rather just eat shrimp.
I get it, but it was an experience.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
It was an experience. So that's all it is.
I'm open to new experiences.
Open to experience.
That's what I'll say.
It doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, sometimes the expense you should not do things that are expensive. So I understand that. So I just try to do new things constantly.
That's like Sade has got me into, this has been an ongoing thing now, and you are as well, severely into 21 Pilots. She got the pit tickets a couple concerts ago.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that.
That's where you go in. This is a young man's game.
It is indeed. Young knees.
Yeah. And my knees are not young. And I stood for 5 hours.
Oh, you talking about the last one?
Straight.
Talking about the last one when y'all was on the lawn?
Not the lawn.
Oh, okay. You talking about at the
lawn? I sat.
Okay. You talking about at the arena?
I'm talking about the American Airlines Center in Dallas.
I remember that. I saw you down there.
2023, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it was 2024 because Breach come out. Nobody cares about this, but they did a thing where we're not going to tour. Oh yeah, we're going to tour another 6 months from now.
Too much money. Yeah.
I stood for 5 hours.
Yeah, I saw you.
And here's another thing: when you're in the pit, unless you want to lose your spot, you don't need to go use the bathroom.
That's right. You got to stay.
So I was severely dehydrated. I chose not to eat or drink all day long so that I knew I could stand in this pit with my child Sade, who's 20-something, And then our other friend who is literally 17,
Young
16.
Young needs.
And I'm this old fart trying to hang with these kids, standing and not peeing for 5 hours. It was immeasurably difficult. However, I was there and so close, and the music felt deeply into my chest.
Wow.
The rhythms pounded in my bones.
Got into your soul. Huh?
And then Joshua comes out, and they come out into they came out into the pit, and they played and they beat the drums.
He was right there.
I was right there.
Right there.
It was magical.
You know what I'll say to that?
It was magical.
Go ahead and tell you something. We saw you from my seat. That was super close as well, but I saw you. And I told Amy, nope, not for me on that one. I don't know how he's doing that. I was hurting for you. And then we saw him too. We just saw him for another 25 feet from you. They're further than you. But I understand. I agree. I get it. I'm sure it was magical. But I've been 5-6 times to see them. I'm good. I'm magical with it.
Well, this last time was my 5th time. We were in the lawn and standing that one I actually squatted down and sat on my butt a few times before the show started. And I said, never again.
No.
Seats or I'm out.
No. So I told Amy, I said, there are moments in life that certain things have passed. You have to accept that. Opens the window, closes, another opens. So I told her, I said, the whole lawn standing, we're too old for that now. We get seats, and we get seats that are close, but we get seats. We're not, because when I'm tired, I want to sit down, and I want to enjoy my time, and I'm not trying to die when I get there. I was, again, equally impressed with y'all for having the lawn in the American Airlines.
Now, you should not be impressed with the lawn. The lawn happened because our friend who was getting the tickets did not know how tickets work. She backed out for a split second and cost us seats.
Came back out, bro.
Went back in, only lawn available. So here's my thing. The standing and the pits and the lawns and all this stuff, that's a young person's game because you're young and you broke.
You broke. That's right. Yes, sir.
I have spendable income.
That's
now.
right.
So
yes.
Give me them seats.
Give me them seats.
Because I'm not going to stand again.
So I felt so bad. I felt so bad for y'all. I really
No,
did.
you didn't.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. I told Amy, I said, we went and saw y'all at the lawn, and I told Amy, well, we're not going back to that. And she was like, no, I can't believe that.
That's like walking through
Bodies.
That's like being in first class and walking through
Yes. I'm going over bodies. People right here, people laying on the ground. They got towels out. It was like a homeless encampment show to me. I couldn't do that. And I told Amy I was not doing it. And then I felt so bad. And then I'll be honest with you, because I felt even worse because when y'all were buying y'all tickets, I think Audrey is who you were talking about.
Yeah.
They're buying y'all tickets. Me and Amy double booked. We had us tickets already. And then Amy was she texted me and said, I have tickets at these seats. Do we want them? And I was like, no, I'm good. I already checked out. And it was 4 or 5 tickets. And so Amy's like, well, do you think anybody else needs them? I said, no, I think they already got them. She's like, you sure? I said, yeah, I think they already got them. She's online. She's already got it online. Because I texted Paige and I said, do you want us to pick up tickets for y'all? And she was like, no, Audrey got them. I texted Audrey and I said, do what you like for us to do tickets for y'all. She's like, no, I got them. I was like, okay.
Is this new information
I was
to
done.
me?
And so, yes.
And I'm retroactively enraged.
I was trying to help you out. We took care of you. We were already there.
I'm retroactively
We was going to
enraged.
all sit together.
That would have been so
we
nice.
were all wonderful and everything was good.
If I was tired, I could have sat in a chair instead of on the cold, red,
you could have been with people.
Grass.
You could have been shoulder to people with sweat that you knew where it came from.
And people as it got closer, in the beginning when of course the pre-shows are playing, nobody was surrounding us. But as soon as it got close to playtime, all these strangers started engulfing around us. And it was just a monstrosity of humanity pushing and ebbing and flowing and trying to maintain my spot.
No, you're breathing in people's carbon dioxide.
It was awful. It was awful.
I don't rebreathe. I don't put myself in rebreath territory. So I just can't do it.
I will never do lawn again.
I can't. Yeah, I felt so bad. I did. I
don't know that you did.
No, I genuinely did. We had people that the show started
massaging your feet and Giving you damp towels.
I mean, it was good. Now, I will say I was slightly envious because we were sitting down and they had this little area that had like the white tables and it was like waiter service and all that. And I looked over there and I told Amy, I said, I guess next year we're going to get that. And so there's always envy no matter where you're sitting at.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much they cost, but I was good to go. I said next time. So I did promise my wife that I would, if the next time the 21 Pilots had an actual concert in London, that I would buy the VIP tickets for her and somebody else, and they could fly over and they could do that because that's what she wants to do. She wants to go to a 21 Pilots concert in London, VIP access. So that whenever they do that, so I'm gonna spend some money for her on that. But other than that, but we don't do that anymore.
You've advanced beyond it, and that's a very wise move.
Well, certain ages, you gotta let it go. It don't appeal, bro. You gotta let it go.
You aged into a certain bracket.
You aged into a certain bracket. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right, so we played again. Circadians First Light, Hard Merge.
Hard Merge.
This is a S.J. McDonald game, art by some such. I think also Sam McDonald. I don't know. It's written on here.
What do you think about the artwork?
Illustration, Sam Phillips, Shim's brother. Development, Shim Phillips. Game designer, S.J. McDonald. The art, it's quirky.
It's quirky.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah. It's not fantastic.
Actually, none of the art.
No.
I know everybody.
It's utilitarian.
It's utilitarian.
What about that?
So, like, Shim, and they're all in league together. They're all produced with Renegade Games.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is not a Garfield Games because Garfield is, it is a Garfield Games. So they're kind of just buddies and they all produce things together.
I mean, so you're touching that Ezra
and Nehemiah.
So here's the thing about Ezra and Nehemiah again. But Ezra and Nehemiah was, I guess it is the same kind of artwork, but it's, I don't know, I guess maybe the context of that game, it fit together.
Ezra and Nehemiah is a little bit more realistic looking.
Yeah, I get it.
The colors on Circadians make it a little bit more cartoonish,
a little washed out
to me.
Yeah, I get it.
But
they got
however,
production.
However, this is my thing, and this is something that we've established long ago on Board Game Snobs. If the mechanisms are there, we don't really care.
That is true.
It is a great game.
I give you that.
And it had been a while since I had played this and broke it out because there's a lot of little pieces in this game, especially in the resource management part of it. The last time we had played this, if I'm able to look it up quickly enough, it's been a bit. I'll just say several years ago.
BDG, yeah.
And it's dice management, dice placement. You roll the die, you allocate the die. Some of your die are ships. You can allocate them to your farms as well because supposedly the story is you're on this planet. You're trying to get along with the people of the planet and you're sending people out to negotiate so that you can get along with the other aliens on this planet and just survive. And so you can either send people out on these ships to negotiate or you can send people out on these ships to these other areas of the planet. And it's basically you go to those other spaces to upgrade your ships, upgrade your farms, get more dice to send out, or just exchange your resources, or to move your harvester along the planet that is supposed to be like taking samples of these organic materials, but really it's just helping you gain resources. Mm-hmm. And the farther out you go to the edges of the planet, the better it is for points and etc. And you have a variety of things to do. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish places to go in this game.
3 categories.
3 categories. It is, I put this in my top 25 last time. I don't know where it fell.
Really?
But yeah.
Well, that top 25 makes sense, yes.
Yeah. It's, yeah. I really like this game.
I see how you say it, yeah.
And after it had been so long because we and Jerry had played Nemesis Retaliation, and I was like, that was kind of a big, hard game to get into.
Y'all just played that, right?
We just played that.
I won that game.
Okay, Bubba, we get it. Look, we have yet to discuss this game.
Well, go ahead.
And the alternate timelines that it produced, we have yet to discuss. We're going to discuss it
Okay.
I don't know when this
We'll wait
podcast
on
will
that
come
one.
out.
We'll
I'll
wait on
make
that
sure
one.
this podcast comes out before that one.
Okay.
But yes, Bubba won that game, hypothetically. But
Continue
after
on.
we played that game, it was such a big game, big setup, so many pieces.
Yep.
And I remember this game has a lot of pieces, which it does if you use them. I downloaded and I had Bubba download
Yep.
just a scorekeeper, the scorekeeper app. The one I downloaded specifically is called Score Anything. You can just create the players to be these different colors and make those your resources. I saw that on Reddit. I said, that's a fantastic idea. Otherwise, you're just simply throughout the game, oh, let me get these 10 little drops of blue wooden pieces. Oh, let me subtract those, because every phase of the game, you're taking resources and giving resources and taking resources and giving resources, and it's tedious.
It is, yeah. I can see that.
The Score Anything app, or any scoring app that you can assign colors to,
Made it better.
because the blue is water, green is algae, yellow is energy. You can make the red the gems, but the gems are so few and far between. We just did those manually with the pieces we got. Made it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed this game, even though you stopped me pretty good by about 20 points.
Coincidence.
It's good. I give this game is still going to be in my top 25 probably.
I think you like this game because it's an easy transition to get into. Like, you start playing it. I mean, I see how you like it. And I like it for that reason as well. I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot you can do with it. I kind of cheated out because I just look at the most valuable resources and get that, and then try to go from there. Things just worked out for me. That's all. But I liked it. It's good. You put it in your top 25 for a reason. What is it the gameplay that makes it so good for you, or is it some particular mechanism? What is it that makes it good for you?
I like the variety of decisions to make with the dice, and the fact that you can mitigate the dice, which of course you can in most games of this ilk nowadays.
Yeah.
But, and the way that there's about 4 different ways to get victory points in this game.
Yep.
You can fulfill orders. They call it something else. Going to the depository, not suppository, the depository. You basically are fulfilling orders. You can go to this negotiation board in which you turn certain varieties of certain materials into victory points, and usually a large amount. So if you turn in a bunch of algae, you can make that victory points. If you turn a bunch of energy, victory points, a bunch of gems, victory points. Or fulfill the fulfillment cards, like I said, gems are victory points. I guess that's the main way to get the victory points.
So here's the thing about the board that you just talked about, the board. I like the mechanisms of it. I like how they try to limit it. The thing about these games is it has 8 rounds in it, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 really is you deciding what you want to do, but also generating your resources. If you don't generate that right, it screws you up for the rest of the game. And you can come back from it depending on what you do and how everything works out. But you kind of got to figure out very early on what you're going to do, which is easier when you've played it before. So I think playing it the second time, I remember this game, and I remember like, oh, okay, I remember vaguely I had to do this. So I think that's what made it fun for me the second time. I hardly remember the first time. I recall it, but the general mechanisms. But the second time, now everything clicked really quickly, and I liked it. I liked it for that reason. But it's a very well balanced game. I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I remember you playing this and Jerry talking about it, and that's why we bought it, because after that BGG, you played that. Jerry's like, we need to get this game. We got it. We enjoyed it. And there's a lot of dice placement games. Yep. Final Frontiers, there's something Frontiers was like the OG. You got a spaceship that is actually dice, and you send them out, land them on I think it was the moon at the time, and do things with them. This has a similar feel, but just done better in my opinion. Sorry about that. Listening back, editing. I have to do something quick. It's Alien, you fool. Alien Frontiers. Good God. All right, back to the show. More variety of choices is always nice. And it's not that, especially with more players.
Yeah, I can see that.
you can flip all these things over
Yeah.
depending on player count, and it would adjust it accordingly.
I got you.
But with more players, like, you would be blocked off more, I
Mhm.
feel like, and that would be more anguish. But also, that's what I like about dice placement or worker placement games is, I need to go there, and now I've been blocked out of it. Now what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I failed at doing that because I lost tremendously. But
You adjust it.
but I
Good, it works.
thought I did pretty good on the negotiation board, which is the main place to get points.
Yes.
But Bubba upgraded the heck out of his resource board, which is your personal player tableau,
Yeah.
basically. He upgraded the heck out of it. He had a bunch of different ships in his garage that you can get and add on there, and that gives you points. And then your farms, you can get the points from that. It's just, I had played this solo a couple of times. I was like, you know what? I think I got this one. I think I got it. I'll have Bubba over and I'll show him what's up.
Let's work this thing.
And Bubba showed me what's up.
No,
And he said, nah, bruh, this is how you play this game.
I think I was, my name is Rosalind, and Rosalind didn't want to lose. So that was my character.
Oh, yeah. I had the expansion of Bjorg, and Sal.
Because this is expansion, right?
No, not everyone is expansion.
Okay.
That is part of the game.
Gotcha.
So it's when me and Jerry played, because we don't generally like asymmetrical powers, because Jerry feels, and I feel oftentimes, that gives you an uneven playing field. How do you know that balances out correctly? But me and Bubba used the player powers, and Bubba's was that if he had below a certain amount of dice, he basically got another dice. Mine was, I had this yellow dice that I had no matter what the entire game as an extra die, and it didn't count against my overall dice count, because you could only allow a certain amount of dice, 5 dice. You're only allowed 8 item cards. So there's all, just like any asymmetrical game, there's a little something that breaks the game. Bubba had his thing, I had my thing. I thought mine was good. Bubba's was good. I felt as well.
But mine was better.
I feel like yours was a little bit better, which is the problem with
I felt that in your tone.
Every asymmetrical game, I always feel yours is better than mine.
Well, so I didn't know y'all felt that way. Have y'all talked about that before?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Here's the thing. I think, because you asked me, do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, of course. The reason why I think asymmetrical plays are good, or powers are good, is because you have to adjust how you play according to the power that you have. And you have to like see that out. Like, okay. Because my thing was, I was like, I have this thing where I have a die, and you know, if you put a die on the regulation board.
This one?
Yes.
Negotiation board.
I'm sorry. Negotiation. My brain isn't working. Your die stays there. So once you place it, it stays and it's gone. So it's like, oh, it makes sense then that I have one. So now I shifted what I was going to do based on that. So, and that's why I went there. That was like, okay, I have one every time. So at least once around, when I get there, I'm going to do it. I like asymmetrical powers because it forces you to have a particular sort of play. It actually, the thing about these games, these worker placement games, is there's so many ways to win. There's also so many ways to lose. And you can only go a certain direction so many times. And the gameplay, you have to figure it out. It's 8 rounds, but how you swing, I think it's like an intuitive swing in the game, the flow in the game, you have to immediately understand. So I like asymmetrical powers. I did not know y'all felt that way, because it just forces you to play a certain way.
We don't generally like them.
Wow, that's just, I mean,
because we like to be on an even playing field.
Well,
and there's, we doubt and question. I know they play test the crap out of their games.
Yes.
But we doubt and question those play tests, and we're like, did y'all really know which one? Because there's so many of them where you do that, and then afterwards you're like, this one was overpowered and it broke the game. And every now and then the designer will come out with some errata, not erotica, but errata, which is like an adjustment, and say, you know what, this one did kind of break the game, so here's this and this to fix it.
Really?
That happened with Scythe.
Yeah. Remember that.
And I say that, and that's a very old reference. So maybe after Scythe, they stopped doing that. But me and Jerry always refer to Scythe and how that one, these two combination of boards that were asymmetrical, broke the game for this particular character, and they were overpowered. And it's not always like ridiculously overpowered, but it's like they have an edge for sure. And so that's why we like just boom, even playing field for everybody.
So okay, I'll give you this. In my mind, which I'll get into, I'm dumb, so I think in dumb ways. Every game can be broken down mathematically. An asymmetrical power is just a weighted sum, right? It's a weighted thing you do on this particular part of the game. But if it weights here, it also makes a negative there. So like if I had this and I didn't utilize it, it's a wasted, you have something, it's great. Or if I try to play in a way that's not conducive to my power, well then now it's a negative. So I understand I think the idea that it makes one better. I don't know about that. I think it depends on your ability to adapt to the power. Mm-hmm. I think that may not be what's equal.
Well, that's what the vast majority of people agree with you.
Okay.
Because the vast majority of people like asymmetry for that reason. And they say that, yes, it does give me kind of a guideline of the path I should take.
Yeah.
And also, this is my weakness. This is my power.
Yeah.
So you are correct. But
that's what it's designed to do, right?
But do they really know?
I think they do. Mathematically, you could do it that way.
Know?
I mean,
so what if you were to rate this game out of 10, which is cliche but a time-honored tradition?
Okay.
What would you give this game out of 10? Do you have a favorite game in your mind that out of all the games you've played that like this is one you always enjoy?
So this is not a great question for me.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is the game. I never remember book titles or game titles. Apparently, what's the one with the planets? Big huge board. That's the thing where you got the sun in the middle of the ground.
Twilight Imperium?
No. It was just
the sun in the middle.
Yeah, I played it in I went to a little small board game convention in Lafayette, and they had it, and I played it with Jason and Chad. It was awesome, but you had there's a sun in the middle. It rotates around like a planet sun, and then you're trying to.
Is it SETI?
SETI.
SETI. Okay.
It was SETI. Be honest with you, absolutely love that game. Like it immediately, I understood it. I got it. I got the point of it. It was immensely entertaining. It was one of like the better game I've played in like a year and a half. And I don't play a lot of board games, of course, not as much as you guys do. But it was like immediately I get, yes, whoever did this was awesome in it. I went and looked it up and I was like, I got to buy that thing. You got it?
We got it.
Oh, you got it right there. So then they had it when we was in New Orleans. And so it's a great game. And so if you're asking me, that's one of my favorite games now that comes to mind. Then I like other board games for other reasons. But this game, for what it is, the balance it takes, it's a well-balanced game. I'll give it like a 7.3.
Okay.
Give it like that. So I give it 7.3 just because it's well-balanced. So some of these games you play and you immediately realize that they have inherent weaknesses. That's what I mean by the game is balanced. I think a lot of people will be able to play it and like it no matter how your mind works. That's what.
So are you able to rank things against each other? Like, for instance, so you played this with me, and then we also played together recently Nemesis Retaliation.
But it's a different type of game.
See, that's what I'm saying. But so the way most people, and I would guess, if I was to say, hey, we're going to play Saturday, Bubba, do you want to play Nemesis or you want to play Circadians?
That depends. Right? Because we talked about books earlier. You know, a fiction book is different than a historical fiction book. So you asking what my best book is, it's like what genre? The same way in which I look at board games the same way. Like Nemesis is, you got to set it up and it's this and it's that. And
it's a lot.
And you got to do all this. And then you have the single goals in it, which I like because I can mess everybody up. I like that. And then this, that, and the other. You got to talk about it. It's a completely different setup than this. So it depends on like favorite, as in it would be who I play with and what mood I'm in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah,
I don't necessarily have a
but if you were gun to your head, like as a board gamer, you would eventually one day have to rank all your games.
Yeah, but I would like more. I'm more involved. I like the games that appeal to me are more of a game like Nemesis. right? I mean, it's more chaos, more order and chaos. I like a game that orders it out for you, and that's why I said it's balanced. But I like a chaotic game.
Nemesis. That's why I told Jerry. It's like to me, it's basically an RPG.
Yeah,
and you can just kind of go in there and make decisions and go in a room and say, "Do I want to do this, this, or this?" But in that, it's more definitive, and you play a card. Whereas an RPG, you'd roll a dice and say, "Oh, can I do this? Okay, now if I decide to do this, will it be successful? Roll a dice." Blah blah. If I had my druthers, I would be an RPG gamer
all the time.
All the time.
Really?
I love RPG gaming.
Huh.
The very few times we've played, we've played Star Wars, the role-playing game, twice. We played 10 Candles. You remember that?
I remember that.
I love that game. Jerry was angry with me because I kept cracking jokes and he wanted it to be dark and scary, and the game is.
Yeah.
But I was cracking jokes. You got to keep it light. Somebody's got to break the drama.
You got to do it.
I love that style of game. And so therefore I love anything that veers towards that, like the Nemesis line of games.
I got you.
And I'll give my opinion on Lockdown versus Retaliation when me and Jerry record, but both of them I love.
Yeah.
And because they do provide a story.
Yes.
This game provided no story.
That's true.
This game is just like a spreadsheet.
Well, so it is very much. Yeah, that's why I was like, I was like, I can look at the math.
And so that's probably why, not probably, actually, me and depending on which timeline we go in the Nemesis, me and Enrique successfully escaped with our lives. And but
that's a story.
This game is a worksheet, and you're able to math things out.
Yep.
And you and Jerry both are able to do y'all like math things out from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm very much just like in the moment of like, okay, this turn I'm going to do this. Now this turn I'm going to do that.
Well, I mean, what I tell you, I was like, when I first started, couldn't remember the game a lot, but I was like, this resource is the most plentiful resource. This one is the least plentiful resource. Okay, I'll put myself in a position to get both of those as much as possible. That's kind of how I started the game out. And that's how I started every resource game out, is because there's a reason why I do that mathematically. I mean, it's the way they game it out. They're not dumb. So it's like, oh, okay. And then Enrique does this weird thing when he does resource games. He does it every single time. Every single time. And I don't know if he consciously does it, but
I would say not.
He does it and it's freaking amazing because he will look at a game and realize I can be so resource heavy and so concentrate on that and go all into it every time. And he will isolate that out quickly in the game with all the variables. It's amazing when he does it. So this is what I did with this. But no, there is no storyline. And I'm trying to work on my imagination. And so when I play board games especially, and I think games like RPGs, of course, help with that. And so I do like this game. I like it because it's balanced. It appeals to that me and that way of being just I can play this game all day long. It's not going to tire me out. Nemesis or games like RPGs, I get involved and then I start thinking and, you get involved in the movie, you get yourself there and it's just super fun. But then you got to play with the right people and it gets into all that good stuff. But yeah, there you go. But you should have Chad and Jason. When we were in Louisiana, I did not get to actually play with Jason. I love playing with Jason. I didn't get to play with him, sadly. But we played a lot with Chad because we were over at Chad's house. And we played a couple RPGs, I think, and just had a lot of fun, too. So should have him on. So it's good. Didn't play with Jason. I regret that. I'm going to have to just drive down there and play with him one day. But he likes those kinds of things, too. So it's good.
Yeah, I missed that on that one. And Jerry has that's another podcast we need to do.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, I've got to do this. I know you don't want it.
Oh.
And you can just do it real quick.
Oh.
Just as quick as possible.
Uh-uh.
So the last game you played is Circadians First Light. So boom, number 5 is out of the way.
Okay, thank you.
Number 4, you did already. Describe a game by, it says box art, but you said, the one with the sun and the planets around it.
I didn't know you had questions on these 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's describe a game by box art with SETI. Okay. Close enough. Your number 3 of the Bubba's Top 5 is your present favorite movie.
My present favorite movie? Oh, good question. My present favorite movie. I'll say this. I've rewatched the Notting Hill movie 3 times.
With Hugh Grant.
He did, yeah. That's why For
Is
some
that
reason,
Julia Roberts?
it is.
Okay.
I don't know why I like that movie so much. I just do. Probably because he owned the bookstore, the travel bookstore. I think that's what it was. And then he had.
How did you feel about the Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan duo or trio of movies? The Sleepless in Seattle,
Mhm.
You've Got Mail. Are those anywhere in your zeitgeist of movies you enjoy rewatching?
The rom-coms? I
Yeah.
haven't. I've seen this Sleepless in Seattle once. I've seen You've Got Mail probably once. I think the third one was. I hate movies titles. You know what I'm talking about.
With those two in it?
Yeah, it's just a witness. There's another one, right?
I'm sure.
No.
there's gotta be.
I'm thinking of Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts. That movie. One
Tom
was a
Hanks and
teacher.
Julia Roberts.
One was the teacher.
Oh,
And then he took his
yeah.
back. That was a great movie. So, but not what I've rewatched. I think I get into a rom-com slump, and then I'll watch it like in a thing. So I don't know. I'm sure I will rewatch them because.
But your current one is
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill.
I've watched it, then I fell asleep on it and rewatched the whole thing, even though I was at the end of it. And then I'm not ashamed to say that's probably like my fifth or sixth time watching the movie.
What are your thoughts on Failure to Launch?
I think it's apropos. I think that I was, you know what I thought about that? I thought that my man who's super cool, I love my guy. But
That's my go-to.
I mean, it is, but I thought, you know what? He needs to move on. But he did so good in that movie. I'm not knocking you. I thought it was an excellent movie. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. I thought it was an excellent movie. I think Amy kind of likes that one. But yeah, Matthew, I thought Matthew, man, he'd been so good in so many. It was time. That's what I thought when I watched that movie. I remember that thinking, he's so good in this, but bro, you got to move on and do something different.
Yeah.
And he did.
And he did. And he did. And now he is who he is
And he
today.
did. He could be the governor of Texas if he wanted to. Man, is that good, bro. So he wrote a book. There you go.
Number 2, board game you want to see made into a movie.
Brass.
How so?
I don't know how it would be a good movie. And that's why I want to see it.
It could be a nitty-gritty, like Peaky Blinders
kind of thing, yeah.
But with more economic stuff involved.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
You see that one?
Oh, Peaky Blinders, that griminess.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
what I
like
like.
this. I like this.
And do you realize that?
The Gilded Age on HBO
Is that much
is
like it?
basically brass.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
It's basically brass.
Okay. See, I didn't know.
It's a little more heightened, like not dirty version of it, but brass could be knitted.
It could be that. Okay.
If they made Gilded Age like Peaky Blinders, merge those two, you've got brass.
You got brass. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have to contemplate.
I like what I just came up with.
I know
Just-
you did.
That
You
was
did great.
good.
You just whipped it out of thin air too, bro.
Okay, number 1, basically your favorite thing you're enjoying right now, anything. Movie, book, game, knitting, dancing, songs, whatever.
Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite thing that I'm enjoying right now. So Sierra has me knitting, which is Enrique's sister, which I actually like to do. It's super weird at work. They make fun of me because they're like, what are you doing? Because I'll be sitting there looking at some training material and I'll be knitting because I got to get my time in. I actually enjoy doing that. Did not know that. That was weird. Equally feel good about, I've started to write again for the first time in a while. I hadn't written in years, like a consistent basis. So I'm loving that. And then I know you said 1, but these 3 are equal to me. I have recently gotten into like more self-care, and I surprisingly like that on the same level as well. I like other stuff. Like I did like a body scrub this morning because I just felt like doing it. I got some vanilla, whatever, body scrub stuff into it. And then I sat there and stayed in the bathroom for like, I was so womanized, man. I went out and I set out all my products. So when I got out the shower, I did stuff in the shower. I did some cleansing, my face cleanser in the shower, did this in the shower, did that in the shower. I scrub it. I got an exfoliating, it's a towel that is an exfoliating towel. I find it cathartic. I don't know why, but I was super good. I put on 2 layers of lotion/oil. I mean, it was just amazing. And I realized how much I've started to enjoy that beyond what I thought I ever would. And I get why people do self-care a lot. And I actually had that realization this morning because I just felt so good going into work. I don't know why, but it was weird. So those are the 3 things that right now that I'm really into, surprisingly, that makes me feel good to do it. So, and yeah, I'm enjoying my beginning of my 40s. I'm particularly enjoying it. So Those are the 3 things that are new.
That's good.
I know.
Self-care is important.
Self-care is important. And it's not that I didn't do care. I've just cared more now recently. Probably the last couple of years, I went through a transition of like trying this and trying that. So hair products and skin products and body products and clothing and all this other stuff. I mean, yeah.
Did you have any music playing while you were doing?
No, I did not. I didn't. But I have a speaker in my bathroom.
I think you need
that
to
I can
add that to it.
Yeah. I mean, now I think that's too much of a mini spa experience. I think I should pay for that just to get
You're over self-caring.
I'm over self-caring then because you can go a little bit much. Amy cracks up because she says you're in the bathroom longer than I am now, and it's true. Like I the other day I bought a pair of scissors, and when I comb my hair out now and I put all my stuff on, I go through it and I trim out the pickup strand, the strands that pick up all over my hair, and I realize how unnecessary that is, but I enjoy it so much. And I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, those are my 3 things that I'm doing that I am particularly enjoying that has nothing to do with board games or reading books, but it's super good.
My wife has tried to get me for years to lotion my body.
That's good, man.
And I know you should. I know moisturizing is important to keep yourself from wrinkling and cracking and drying out. Here's my thing. At a very young age, my mother used to have me massage her feet. And she would want me to apply oil to my hands, or not oil,
like a lotion.
Just lotion. And her feet, I love my mother, as everyone knows, but her feet were old and gross and rough, and I hated it.
Traumatized.
It traumatized me. I hate the feeling of lotion on my hands, and therefore I cannot do it. I know it's good for me. I can't do it.
Here's the thing, Gaby. Because I also bought like a foot care kit like a couple weeks ago. I love that thing. It works. It's beautiful. But
corns and calluses.
Oh man, it just takes everything. Yeah, you gotta take care of your feet, bro.
No, I was talking about my mom's feet.
Yeah, I never did my mom's stuff. I remember seeing my mom do hers and thought, oh, you need something. And then I was like, I'm finna pay for you to go pay for you to get that taken care of. Stanley, my brother, he gets a mani-pedi with his wife now. And it used to be a joke. Now it's no longer. We bought him a gift card for his anniversary, which he thoroughly enjoyed.
Wow.
So now he does it with no gift card at all. The other day I called him, where you at? He's like, I'm getting my nails done. And he said it as if it was a normal sentence. And I thought, proud of him.
As if I'm at the game.
I'm at the game doing my thing. And I said, oh, you going to be at home? Oh, no. I said, where you at? Oh, we had to, we decided to stop and get my feet and my toes done. I'm like, y'all just randomly stop to do that? Okay. It's a normal part, like going to Walmart. I'm proud of him, but bought this product. If you ever get into it, first you got to do oil and then you got to do your lotion. You do it a couple times, your skin will change. I mean, like now I can go through a whole day normally now and my hands no longer get ashy. For a black man, that's a big deal, by the way. And so especially when it's cold. And it's like, even at work, other people are like, Stanley, what you doing with your skin, bro? And I was like, don't crack, man. But it shines even better. You know what I'm saying? Moisturize it. The worst thing, the nightmare, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, my wife looks at me and I palpitated in my heart. It was that bad. My wife says, what's going on with your forehead? And I said, what do you mean? She's like, I think it's dry. I said, not possible. She said, no, it's wrinkled. And I thought, it's not possible. And I thought she was joking with me because my wife jokes with me like this. And I was like, oh, not possible. And she says, no, I'm being serious. There's a wrinkle on your forehead. And I was like, not possible. I went in the bathroom. My forehead is ashy. I have never experienced non-old skin on my face before. It changed my life because I don't know how people do it. I don't know. I realize now it's like I went crazy. I went to Ulta, which I never really go to.
My wife and Charlotte go there.
It's a thing. It's traumatizing as a man when you go in there, but now I love it. I go online and buy stuff through Ulta. I buy stuff all the time. I'm good to go. I did a
forehead lotions.
Oh yes, it's a hydrochloric acid serum.
Hydrochloric acid.
No, chloric acid serum thing. It's really good. It helps you retain water. I had to figure out which one is good for me. I went through all the brands and stuff like that. No, I went to Walmart the other day because I was out of some stuff, and I literally spent $47 on 2 bottles, and I happily did it. And I was like, it's my stuff now. I gotta get it. Gotta have
It's
it.
not cheap. I bought an oil that's supposed to like help with like stretch marks and blemishes and all this stuff. It's supposed to like, smooth it all out. And it was like $20-something for a bottle.
Yeah, like a
small
13
bottle.
ounce.
Yeah.
So I bought, he got mad at me because I bought a lot of trial runs of everything. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy this brand, that brand. And I was just trying different brands. And so what I bought. So it'd be like $40, $50 to buy this trial. And okay, I tried that. Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. I've gone through hundreds of dollars of products. And I understand now why people who do this go through so much, because it is a slog to go through. And you look at YouTube and there's 50,000 people. And so now, like, I had to break down what's good and what's bad. I knew that I was in when I was around some people at work who have tremendous hair product game. And I was like, yeah, I used that the other day. I didn't like that. It was this and it was that. Or that was too light and it made this and it didn't last the whole day. And they're like, yeah, I know. And I realized I'm in with another crowd. I've expanded myself. So it felt pretty good.
Well, I'm looking at your forehead now and I don't see a crease.
Bruh. And it's the end of the day too.
Man. You're good to go.
I'm good to go, bro.
And your knuckles look normal.
I know. You want to see my elbow? I'm going to pick on my shirt. I'm very happy about it. My skin is a different.
How about them knees?
Hey, my knees is so particularly old, sir. So the other day I had to go to the doctor and I was like, and she looked at me and I was like, nah, we all good with that. Look at that right there. No ashiness.
You can take a fingernail and rub it up the.
Yeah, I got a little right there.
That's good.
End of the day though, but we all right. So you just, hey man,
you're good.
Self-care is good care. Loving care is nice care. Don't overly do it. But I've learned that I've enjoyed going into this particular area that I wasn't used to. But that's just me. I always try to do something new every year, go into different areas. So.
Go into different areas, take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. That's a big area. So take care of yourself. Make yourself enjoy life.
And that's how we're going to end this episode of the podcast. Bubba, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you coming on at least once a year.
I got to live up to the quota.
If you can come on more, we'd love to have you.
We'll try.
We'll be at Tina's on Sunday.
Tina's on Sunday. I got you.
That's going to do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to email us at boardgamesnobs@gmail.com.
Do not ask me. I'm not here enough to answer those, but okay.
I will answer them. Jerry, now that Jerry's more involved.
Jerry's more
involved. Maybe he'll answer them.
Twisters, yeah.
Feel free to rate and review us on Spotify. You can leave questions, comments. You can rate and review on podcast, Apple Podcasts. You can rate and review. Leave us 5 stars if you so wish.
Patreon.
Patreon. We need money. We always need money. All right, that's going to do it.
See you later. Guys,
Bye-bye.
have a good one.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.